My name's Cassandra. I am a high school math teacher. I teach juniors and seniors. I have a son and I have two nephews that I take care of. I'm married. What else is interesting about me? I pretty much just work and do CrossFit. Literally, that's all I do. If I do have time, I like to hike a little bit. I like to basically play any sport. Anything that gets me outside, I'll do it. Nothing's ever like easy. There's workouts where I'm like, okay, like I survived like this workout, but there's workouts where I'm like dying at the end, but it's never like, oh, I could totally do that again. Like it's always like, I'm always challenged. It's always hard. It's always pushing my limits. And I like that. I like that intensity. That's what I was looking for when I started CrossFit. So a lot of the classes that I come to, Laura's the coach. And so she's really good at like, all right, that's long enough. Come on, keep going, keep going. You can do it. Don't stop, keep going. And so my mentality in general is just don't stop. Like that's it. If you have to slow down a little bit, that's okay. Like get right back in there. Don't stop. And I think that's what keeps me going. When I'm at classes and she's not coaching, I hear her in my head. I actively hear her in my head telling me that's long enough, now get back up, that's long enough, do another rep, do more. And it pushes me but that's good for me, that works for me. That doesn't work for everybody, but that's what I need. And that's what I was missing, because prior to coming to CrossFit, prior to starting, I was working out, I was going to the gym 5-6 times a week, but it wasn't fulfilling. I had like a totally like dysfunctional childhood, and so sports was my outlet. Sports was my therapy. Sports is how I like forgot about what was going on and just focused on myself, and it brought me a lot of joy. So when I wasn't able to play sports anymore, it was like I needed something. When I started CrossFit, it was like it all came together. Ever since I started doing CrossFit, it was like it kind of like filled that void for me in a sense. So that's a really big reason why I keep coming back, because it's definitely therapeutic for me, especially after a long day work. Recently, I just got kipping pull-ups. And sometimes I feel really silly because we have people who are doing ring muscle-ups and I'm over here with my kipping pull-ups. I was just warming up. I was like using the bar to like, do scat pull-ups and just the regular warm-up. And I just, out of nowhere, was like, I'll try it. So I hit my kipping pull-up, I dropped off the bar, and I was like, did anybody just see that? And I was pumped. And I felt so proud of myself, because it is something super small, like in comparison to what other athletes can do, but it was such a milestone for me. One thing that I kind of want to polish up, I guess you could say, is my snatch. I can do the weight, but I don't have the form. And so because I don't have the form, I can't like do it that great. So that's always been my movement that like is my like kryptonite. So I think that's one movement that I usually focus on the most, just because I know that I need to polish it up, but at the same time, I hate that movement. So it makes it really hard to like have that desire, because I'm like, oh man, like it's such a challenging, difficult movement for me, to the point where I'm like, I don't necessarily enjoy it. And so I want to like break that boundary so that when it is on the workout, it doesn't feel like a chore. It feels like something that I can accomplish, something that is reasonable, or something that, I can get done. Common for me, in my opinion, to like see men who are yoked, right? Like that's whatever. But so when I see a woman that's like yoked, and like, I'm just like, dang, like, and so like the women in our gym, I think it's so sick that they're just buff and strong. And I'm like, I want to get there. And so like that would be, I guess, one of my personal goals for this year is to get to that point where, I somewhat can like, look yoked like that a little bit, at least like when I flex, like I can see it cut just a little bit. Just a little bit of cut, because I'm like, I work my ass off, I want somebody to like just a little cut, that's it. My first impression was, oh, everybody's pretty chill here. Everybody says what's up, everybody, like, it doesn't matter who you are, like if they know you, if they don't, if you've been coming a while, if you're not. If you haven't, everybody just is kind of like, they treat you as if you've been here, you know, for however long. They treat you like they've known you, that you've been coming for a while. And that was my first day. And I'm like, all right, I can get down with this. It has everything to do with the people, because if they weren't that way, I probably wouldn't come. Especially when you come, the more often you come, the more you're around each other, and you kind of just build that closeness with each other. It helps. It helps you to want to keep coming back, because you kind of build this sense of, what's the word? Not dependability, accountability. You build this accountability with each other. So if I don't come for a week and then I show up, everybody's gonna be like, where were you? Laura and JP are like the main ones that coach me. And so, but even so, like if we're just talking coaches in the coaching position, like definitely them, because that's who I see. That's who I like. Those are the classes that I come to when they're coaching, and they're constantly, I already told you how Laura's voice is in my head even when she's not here. And JP, everybody knows JP. JP is like super like positive and like you kick ass, and like you're like, you know, everybody's awesome, and that like, you know, it hopefully he realizes, hopefully both of them realize that their positive talk improves or makes me a better athlete, because it helps me remind myself like I got this, like I can keep going. But I think that in general, when I say that about them too, I know everybody, like they have their own experience with all the coaches, and I even without necessarily experiencing all the coaches on a regular basis, I can without a doubt say that all the coaches are like that, because when they're in their, I may not have experienced them in their coaching setting, but I've been in classes with them and they're the same way, even when they're the ones working out. And so, and that's character. That's not, they're not putting on a show. They're not like, you know, trying to be the face of the company. Like that's all of you guys are, that's your authentic self. So, and you're able to, and I know that because you're dripping sweat and dying right next to me, right there with me, and you're still, you know, and cheering me on and come on, or not just me, just everybody in general. My least favorite is probably snatch, and that's just because I suck at it. But and that's just, and I have to work on it. But that's probably my least favorite. My most favorite, I don't know if this counts, but the running. And so like anytime there's running, I'm like, yes, sign me up for that. While everybody else is like, why? Why do we have to do this? And I'm like, no, you guys, this is the best part. This is the best part. But there have been movements that have grown on me, like burpees. I used to hate burpees. And I think, I don't know what it is, but now I'm just like, okay, cool. Maybe because I can do them now. That might be why, but I like them. And then I used to hate the assault bike, and I didn't want to hate it. So then anytime they gave us the option to either row or do the bike, I would choose the bike, because I didn't want to hate it, because I felt like if I hated it, then I would like loathe the workout and I wouldn't want to do it. And I don't like that feeling. I want to be able to like look at a workout and be like, all right, this one probably be hard, but I can do it. And so, so the bike has become, you know, bike and burpees have become, I warmed up to them. So I don't have like all my family out here. Well, obviously I have my husband and I have my sister. And so actually, first I want to shout out my sister-in-law, because she started CrossFit before me, quite a few years before me. And she would always tell me, you should do this. Like you'd be bad at it. Like you'd kill it. You'd love it. And I was like, CrossFit? No way. Like there's no way I can do that. Like that's crazy. Those people are crazy. And so fast forward to when I started doing it, I remember after my first workout, I called her and I was like, before I started, I was like, I'm going to start CrossFit. And she's like, yes, you're going to love it. And so after my first workout, I called her and I was like, I love it. So shout out to her, because she's the one who knew before even I did. Shout out to my sister, Natalie, and obviously my husband, because anytime I need them to watch the boys so that I can work out, they're always there to help me. Anytime I need them to pick the boys up because I'm going to be late because of a workout, or, you know, my schedule gets shifted because of a workout, they're there to help me out. And so I'm able to always get to my workout. I'm always able to do my workout because they're there to support me when I need them. So, and then to my boys, because they're just my boys and I love them. Oh my gosh. If I had the time, I'd probably, this is bad.
I know, we need to take care of it.
Jeez Louise.
Come over to me. Come over, there you go.
You get it? No, you didn't.
I did.
No, you didn't!
There's one more on the front door, though.
That's dope. That was dope.
Okay.
If we have to do your Mr. Miyagi thing again.
Where'd it go?
I'll stand still.
Oh, great. No, it went away.
All right, it's fine.
Anyway, that'll be good.
What did you ask? I forgot what you asked.